Hello there. Hello there. Welcome to JonnyBuildz. I am your host, of course, Johnny, and I wanted to show a couple of things. Hi, Pixie. Pixie's just chilling and looking at everything. No, get away from my drink. My liquid death. Not a sponsor, but so very tasty when I'm thirsty. Anyway, I'll put that over here. Anyway, so I wanted to show real quick a couple things before we get started. I'll have this up. I'll have this up and around so that because I know Ben will recognize this, but those of you that don't know, this is Arachned Flanders. This was kind of like the very first thing that I built for the lug, and he was actually used as a thing for Halloween 3 years ago, where he would sit here and, using the Mindstorms stuff, had a sensor, so if you waved your hand in front of it, he would jump kind of out at you, and then he'd get pulled back in. So this is Arachned Flanders. So I'm gonna leave him there. And these big things that you see here, these big brown things, are trees that I've been working on just this last week. This is the next big project. This is Endor, or what's going to be Endor. And so what I'm working on first is getting the two main trees that are going to have the logs that come swinging down and hit the ATST in between them. So we got this log here. This actually kind of goes on top like this, and you can see it's got the little swinging thing here. And so the way it works is it's also going to use Mindstorms, and what it's going to do is it's going to push back and then kind of lock itself there, and then whenever it goes forward, the logs will go forward, and they're gonna reach in and poof. And then I got to figure out how to do the ATST and make it so that it breaks, quote unquote breaks, but then also comes back together. So lots of little things to play with and stuff. We're gonna move these out of the way, and we are going to do the real quick before we get back to doing the Concorde. We're gonna do a unique speeder, snow speeder, for the Brick Erie. So this will be the fourth type of snow speeder that exists. The other three all kind of look the same. They're kind of white, gray, orange. This one is kind of like a hot rod version, and this is what they came out with for the Rebuild the Galaxy. So we're gonna do this first, and I'm not gonna time it or anything. Hey Dusty, how you doing? I don't think you were around yet 3 years ago, but I wanted to show my Arachned Flanders. He was my spider that was used with my Mindstorms to scare people on Halloween at the Lego store. And everything is good so far. So I had to take him apart because we had to use the Mindstorm stuff for other things. Also, this was cool. We didn't realize this at the time, that it was going to be a make and take on, when did we go to the Lego store? Sunday? Yeah. But anyway, back to school crayon box, which is kind of neat. We have the instructions, so if you want them, if you would like the instructions, very simple build, but the crayons look really cool. So yes, the spider moves. So I was just saying, so the spider would sit here like this, and he had like a little cave that he was in, and there was a sensor that was over here that was by the glass or the plastic wall, I guess. It was, clear plastic so you could see inside, and there was a sensor there, and so whenever you waved your hand in front of the sensor, he would jump like this and then sit there for a couple seconds, and then he would get pulled back and reset. And it was at the Lego store for a couple months, and was pretty cool. So but he's out because I need his pieces, unfortunately, so he will die finally. So but yeah, we got a little, whoop, we'll put it up here. We'll put the little crayon box there, and we also have like a, just because I built him earlier, he has a little tiny BB-8, which is cool. But anyway, so we're gonna get started on doing the not bark speeder, which I think is a dumb set. We're gonna do the force burner speeder, and just build that real quick because I'm going to need it for Brick Erie. But we have our 4th snow speeder. So shouldn't take us too long. 4 bags. Ah, look at that. So no printed pieces. It's all oh, but this is nice. I'm glad they are doing this. This is the second time. They're putting the windshields inside a protective bag. Ben, do you recognize him? I have to take them apart to get pieces for the next thing, which, well, here's one tree. I'll show you again real quick. Here's one of the trees. And they come apart in sections to make it easier to transport. But working on right now to do the working on the 2 trees that will have the ATST go between them. And so the logs will be, this one needs changed. This one's kind of the model I'm using. But so we're going to use the Mindstorms as part of it. That'll have the logs attached to the end there, and then it'll go zoop, and it'll release and let it go. So that's in the works. An old Shelob. No! No. You named him. This is Arachnid Flanders. You remember? He was the one 3 years ago. He was the one that like would, was the Mindstorms, and he would jump out and then he would pull back. You named him. So anyway, we're going to do real quick the fire speeder, I guess you could say, the hot rod speeder. Like I said, lots of stickers, but they're big stickers mostly, so that's cool. So yeah, that's all you, Ben. I guess it would be kind of cool. I understand why you would say it was Shelob. Yeah, it is not. I don't think it's me buffering here. I'm going to bring it down so we can see better. Yep. See, you remember, don't you? You remember old Arachnid Flanders. That was all you, man. So let's see. We've got 50% for the lake, and I can't see what the other 50% is. So I don't know what people have voted yet, but yeah, vote. What did you have for dinner? Here's our little, I'm not sure who this is. This is from Rebuild the Galaxy. I'm not sure who it is. But I do like this. I do like that Lego finally is protecting the windshield pieces. It's about time. About time. Burgers and potatoes sounds good. We had pizza tortellini. So we had like onions and peppers and cheese tortellini and pepperoni and some sauce. Oh, it was good. Really tasty. So this isn't really necessary, but it's part of the build, so we'll just do it. Is it still buffering for you? When you said that, I was like, oh no. And the reason why I say oh no is because like Xfinity for the last, oh, was a second ago? Okay. Xfinity was over the last yesterday, today, and Friday even, they were in our area saying that they were improving our service. And so they kept working on stuff, and then they're like, we did not finish, sorry. And it's like, you guys got to plan better or something, I don't know. But So if it is buffering, they may have reduced our service, which is possible. And I wouldn't put it past them. I had Verizon wireless internet whenever it first came out a couple years ago, and it was fantastic. We had great service, great upload and download speed. It was so good. And then they had an issue up in Erie, PA with something. I forget what it was exactly. And they were down for a couple days. And then when it came back up, it was never the same. It just was bad. They reduced speed and it was just awful. So I switched back to Comcast, which stunk because I had the service for we got in on the ground floor, and so I had it for like $25 for like 10 years, which would have been great. But yeah, so Google Fiber, what is it? It might, you never know. I'm waiting for fiber too. There is a fiber run that a company was doing a couple years ago that is 3 blocks away, and they were using Duquesne Lights. What are those things called? Telephone line towers, telephone towers, poles, and then Comcast was like, "Hey, don't let them do that because that'll be competition." So it stopped like 3 blocks away. It's so annoying. Alright, we did that. Alright, we got 2 lightsaber things for, I guess, rockets on the side. It is frustrating because like that's that whole monopoly thing, and like they're not supposed to be able to do that, and they do it anyway. So just so they can, have all the money or all the business. Let's see this. Wait. So move it this way. It does go through. There we go. This is like a little mini speeder bike, only it's a hot rod speeder bike. So, ooh, we get to put flames on. So, I don't have my sorting hat, but that's all right. I should be all right. Yeah, pretty close. Here we go. First flame. There we go. Now just repeat on the. Oh wait, is that silver? I use the silver things on. Because there's 2 different, and I have 2 of them. On here, it doesn't look like they're silver, but I got these. Oh, you know what? I bet you one is. Give me that. Your lightsaber needs to be silver, of course. Duh. That was just silly of me. There we go. Now that makes more sense. All right. So how was the work day, boys? Well, I guess for Dusty, it's probably morning. Yeah, you're like 12 and like 13 hours or something like that. I can't remember exactly. Oh, let me show it to you real quick since I'm not timing this. Let me finish this little part and I'll show it to you. There we go, little speeder. Actually looks pretty neat. Alright, let's move these out of the way. So the Mattel set turned out to be pretty cool. I'm a fan. It is, and I actually may, oh, here we go. So all of these stickers that you see here are custom stickers. So you can customize your car with these stickers. You don't need any of them on the car itself because it has all printed pieces. Everything is printed. You know, like the gas tank that you see there, the thing for the back hood, these little inlets, like everything is printed. And look how close that is. I mean, and it spins nicely. This little thing here is a little keychain they give you. I think I told you about that or showed you that at the beginning, and it just pops right in there. That's how it stays. The doors swing up like they should. There's a whole interior with the steering wheel and the computers and stuff like that. That's all in there. You know, so it rolls very nicely. The Matchbox car, which I showed you, comes with it. And not only do you have these wheels, you've got these, so you can put different rims on if you want to. The tool is absolutely incredible. And the big reason why is here. Well, we can compare. So your brick separator for Lego, if you want to take a piece off another piece, you have to sit it this way. You have to have enough room and, you know, be able to do that. This, the brick separation is right here, as you can see. It's got a little bump here so that it can pull against, and it sits this way. So you can fit it inside things very, very, very easily. It's got the axle, just like the Lego one does. But then it also has this, which is the little pokey for tires. So that one's not an axle. You've got brick piece there, I guess, to get underneath. And then you also have, so you have the normal, you know, flat part to get underneath things. This one not only has the flat part, it's got a tooth in it so that you can get around other stuff, namely studs, and pop it off. Very, very cool. So the build was great. It turned out fantastic. Like I said, all the printed pieces, there's a license plate, and the these were kind of neat because it's like little rubber rings are on the outside of these things. So it is slick. It's a very slick car. So they have the Maserati. They have a blue car. Not sure what kind it is. It's another supercar. And then they have a bigger. It looked like it was about this big. So probably about twice as big. That was a Corvette, a white and blue Corvette, and I think I might get that one next just to try it and see how it compares. I have a set that's a Speed Champion set that looks like the cars are about this size, so I kind of want to do some comparison and, you know, build them and do some comparison and see. So for $22, they give you a lot. You know, it's Lego has another competitor. I mean, Lumi Bricks is doing great. This is doing great. And like I said, having printed pieces for everything, plus, I mean, like even like the emblems and everything like that. Plus, I mean, like you can put on the Hot Wheels stickers if you want. I mean, it's fantastic. So, but yeah. So, it turned out great. The instruction book is like, they do the same thing as Lego. Like they have you know, something about like the people that created it, like how they designed it, you know, thoughts about them. Different way. Oh, they even show you different ways that you can use the tool. So, yep. It's nice. And you get all those extra things with it. I mean, like you get a Matchbox car, which, I mean, it not, you know, it's not a huge thing, obviously, but it, at the same time, it's a really cool little thing that they include. So it is slick, very slick. Why are you? I'm sorry, Dusty. Oh, and this is the tool that you use to get the rims off. Ben asked, so I figured I would give him a little recap since he wasn't able to make it. So. Exactly, that's what I want. So let's talk about the competition and sets to drive down prices. Black Pearl was revealed officially, so we can talk about it. I don't know if you saw the official news for it, but it's got 8 figures. It's got 2,300 some odd pieces. 2,300 some odd pieces. And I believe it's going to cost like over $300. Talk about highway robbery. I mean, like that just yeah, it does. It is the Black Pearl, and it's supposed to be black for the most part and stuff. I think there's a little bit of gray thrown in to kind of give it accent, but like the amount of money they're charging. Yeah, exactly. Nope, no thanks. The amount of money they're charging for it. I'm glad I have the original. I found it from somebody, and I'm glad I did because. Oh, there we go. Ooh, this guy has an orange lightsaber. Interesting. Oop, I have it upside down. Yeah, it's like $330 or something like that. So it's like $100, and Lego hates whenever they do, and that's why it doesn't happen in other countries. But Lego hates whenever you like try to do like price per part or whatever, because they say, oh, it's not a good representation, blah blah blah, and it's like, no, it has been for a long time, and it still is. So, but other countries, what, Dusty? You said your country, you said in Australia they don't do the price per piece count, right? In Australia, in the outback. So, hi everybody, vote on the poll if you would, and give a like if you would as well. Really appreciate that. We are working on, just for the fun of it, we are working on the hot rod snow speeder. What's it officially called again? The Force Burner Snow Speeder. Because I want to have another snow speeder for Brick Erie in a couple weeks, so no piece count on the boxes. Yeah, see, they do that so that, you know, people aren't like, oh, this is, you know, it's not worth it, you know, that sort of thing. Yeah, exactly. So I think the U.S. Is really the only place that has to do it. I don't know if England they have to or not, but England's prices, if you look at like the pound or whatever, like their prices, because they're not shipping it as far, they're cheaper anyway, so probably doesn't matter as much. So yeah, that's kind of I think a big deal. Okay, flip it over. We'll see how well this speeder goes together compared to like other snow speeders I've done, which I've done every single one, every single type. There are three types of snow speeders that have come out over the last 20 years. So it'll be interesting to see. So one has to have Bricklink go, but if one wants to press... Oh, really? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Well, this will be interesting now. You say that. You have to have Bricklink go, but Lego owns Bricklink now. They can change that. They can probably be like, no, we're going to hide the piece count. So, like, people would have to customize, put it on there. I guarantee you there's some big reasons why Lego decided to buy Bricklink. I mean, it makes sense for them to in some ways. But, like, I think some big changes are going to come to Bricklink, and they aren't going to be fun. No, it's not. No. Right, but where you're from, you know, from Australia, like they would have their own whatever it was, you know, whatever the piece count was, or price per piece type thing. It just depends. I just know here, like, oops. I know here it's always been like a certain amount, and like, you know, 1,000 pieces is roughly $100, roughly. And they've steadily been moving it up, and it's not all tariffs and things like that, like they say. Lego's been pushing to raise the price point for a while now, so. But it is what it is. Depends on what you want to spend your money on. Okay, that's a cool targeting computer. Put that down for a second. So I've never looked though, Dusty. Like, how much would a anyone who buys CMFs can't complain about $1? $1 per piece. So if you buy a CMF, it's $5. Yeah, right. But that's the CMFs. Like, if you go, like, you can go to a Lego store. And if you get, like, if you go to the Build-A-Fig, like, you can get, for $10, you can get 3 figs. That's 15 pieces. So it just depends. Of course, I'm talking, you know, dollars versus, you know, like, that's what I know. Oops, I had it. There you go. 20 for 3. Okay. Oh, geez. Okay, yours is different. Wow. That's a lot. Now again, your monetary is different. Isn't it like the Australian pound or something like that? I can't remember exactly what you guys use. No, that's very true. I agree. Yeah, they probably do not. Okay, put that down. This is definitely a different build for a snowspeeder than any other snowspeeder I've done. Definitely way different. But it does look cool. I like the little stripings and stuff like that. Australian dollars worth somewhere between 60 to 80. You're just like I live with it because, well, I live with it, you know. So, no, I get it. Yeah, Mayo would know, I'm sure. He tends to know those things. He does. 1.5. Oh, geez. That's worse than I thought. So 1.5 Australian is $1 US. So your prices, dang, your prices are even higher overall. And yeah, like Ben said, you're probably not making, you know, you don't make any more, you know what I mean? This must be the gun right there. Yeah, that Black Pearl is going to be... No, I think yeah, the Australian I think is like 380 or something like that from what I remember seeing. Oh no, I'd have to look again. But yeah, it's still going to be expensive. They're definitely doing a good job on this thing of combining stuff together, making it so it kind of flows. $30, right, yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yep, this is the gun turret, so... This is kind of cool, though, because you actually can shoot the gun. Because it's got one of these little launcher things. There we go. So, and more flexible. Like, the gun, like, can rotate and stuff, so... Definitely different. Definitely a different type of speeder. Not a bad thing, just different. Okay. Extra pieces go over there. Oh! This is cool. So you're able to take this guy, this thing, and put it up underneath. I didn't know that. That's cool. So it can kind of chill back here. So this is like a little carrier for it. That's cool. Oh, and now we get to put this on. It is, yes. This is from Rebuild the Galaxy. I'm guessing it's from this season. So this is a Rebuild the Galaxy. And this is the Force Burner Snow Speeder. So this will be the fourth. Yeah, it's got flames. You're correct. This is the Force Burner Snow Speeder. That's what it says. So it's got flames. That's why I wanted to do it. It's like the Hot Rod Snow Speeder. Oh, that's slick. I like that. I may need to buy a couple of these. Just for these windshields. I wonder how much they are, but look at that. That windshield is cool. That is a perfect full canopy for... And look, whenever he's in there, he becomes the gunner. Yeah. So he becomes the gunner back here with the gun. That is pretty slick. I like that. So Lego, good job on this one so far. I'm impressed. It's called a snow speeder. It calls it a snow speeder. So I don't know. Like the locales, like I haven't watched Rebuild the Galaxy, but like the locales don't change, do they? Like Hoth, they still go to Hoth, right? They just have different things going on. So it's still a snow speeder. Well, I mean, like you'll see as we put it together, but it's still gonna have the same basic shapes and everything. So. But they're wrong. It's Lego. How can Lego be wrong? I like these pieces. I like those wings. Or tail fins, I guess they are. So. I do like that they're using like the fluorescent orange pieces, and this is cool too. Like these hinges are going to connect up here in order to do the wings. That's very nice. So that's going to look cool. See, look, there's white. That means it's snow. Goes into snow. Two of those. So we have just gotten, earlier today, I got word from the guy that got to go to the airport and do a little tour. We have received both 3D renderings and does that go in the middle? No, it goes in between. Right. 3D renderings and a DWG. So we got a CAD file of the new terminal, which obviously we can't give out to anybody. But it we do know the dimensions now of the new terminal, and it's going to mean a massive, at least 6 base plates. Yeah, at least 6 base plates. If we do, let me think. If we do 1 foot equal, or 10 feet equals 1 inch, you know, as far as like Lego goes. So it's going to be massive. Yeah. For the cat. I don't know. They may be watching. You never know. So don't joke about that. Don't worry. We're not giving it out to anybody. I don't even have it yet. So it's all good. But it's like 300 by 600 feet is how big this terminal is. So it's like it's huge. So we're looking at doing like, again, we're just throwing out ideas right now. We got a lot to do as far as like trying to plan stuff and come up with just like an idea to give them as to like, you know, what we're looking at size wise, budget and everything like that it's going to cost. But yeah. No, not the Taliban. You're supposed to say shout outs to anyone from Pittsburgh International Airport watching. But yeah, it's going to be a pretty big scale. But yeah, we got to figure all that stuff out while we have other stuff going on like Brickery. We've got Tubbs going on, which is the Ultimate Brick Show. We got lots of stuff coming down the pipe, so. Ooh, we get to put these on both sides, so. That one goes. Ooh, this will be interesting to do. Let's see if I can be careful. Mm-hmm. I almost got it. It's pretty close. Alright, we'll see you, Ben. Thanks for stopping by as always. Keep on building. Always keep on building. Put it right at the bottom there. Ah, that turned out good. Okay. Okay. Yep, enjoy your burgers. So, we are building the fire snow speeder, because it is still called a snow speeder, even though it's got fire all over it, even though it's a hot rod. It's got orange, it's got flames, it's got all kinds of stuff, and it is still... Oh, look, here we go, more flames. This one. HSP. See, that sounds like a disease. HSP. What is HSP? No offense. It just does. It sounds like some kind of like, you know, something. It's not like haggis, right? Oh, they even have the there's the... Hey Vab, how you doing? We're doing the... Even though Ben says they're wrong, we're doing a snow speeder. Even though it's got fire all over it, we're doing a snow speeder. It's like we're... Oh, kebab meat. Oh, with fries. Okay, cool. The kebab. How you doing today, Vab? Tonight? Hopefully work went well. This is actually, with it, look at this windshield is actually really cool. I may get myself another one of these. Just because of that windshield. It's probably a pretty penny. Well, it's probably not on Bricklink or anything. But, yeah. Starship launch. Oh, busy. Well, at least you weren't bored, right? I know that's never the thing, right? It's never the thing. Should we do the right one? Too many stickers. Obviously, they can't do printed pieces for everything, but still, too many stickers. As I well pointed out, Mattel is doing the right thing, making stickers an optional thing with their builds. Customizing thing. Oh, that didn't go on there very well. Let me fix that. Yeah, it's still not going on right. There we go. That's better. I like these big yellow pieces too for the front where the nose is. Pretty cool. No, I'm not doing time on this one because we're returning after I finish this real quick. Plus, we were talking about a bunch of other stuff, so not timing it. There we go. Ah, that fits nice, very well. We'll fit together. We'll be switching gears back to the the Concorde as soon as I'm done here. So. Yeah, I was showing off some of the stuff like the. Well, this is the weird. What? This is the weird bad guy. This bad guy looks like Ghost Hunter. Like he's some weird alien. He looks like Ghost Hunter from, or Martian Manhunter, sorry, from DC Comics. I don't even know who he is, but he looks like a copycat. It's kind of funny. So let's put him together. See, he's got like the whole Martian Manhunter. I know with the Rebuild the Galaxy, they tried to make it different and goofy and stuff like that, but like, I think they tried too hard for some of this stuff. Alright, cape. Cloth cape is always nice. He doesn't even have, I guess it's the Emperor or whatever, but like he doesn't even have a robe or a lightsaber, so it must be the Emperor. Or an Emperor style. Oh, he does. Oh, this is silly. He does have a double-bladed lightsaber that's goofy, that looks like what Rey had in, like it was like a quick thing from the Rise of Skywalker, or whatever it was. So there's two of these that are black. Oh yeah, dark. Should be one more. Maybe something else. Like you could bring the. There we go. Yeah, kind of silly. You could bring the 747 that has the whatchamacallit on it, the shuttle on top. That would work, I would think. Oh, this guy, he's got like Darth Maul's little staff thing. This is silly. Yes, Pixie, I hear you. You cannot have those. Those are not for you. Not for the Pixie. And she's up against my my laptop because it's warm. It's probably you that's causing my drop in frames. Alright, so this is another blue. Yes, okay. It's hard to see. It looks purple, but it says it's blue. So, and I don't have a purple, so. These little things that go on top. No space theme at all? That's kind of silly. So even though the 747 has it, even though it's a 747 that has it, they're like, nope. Huh. Alright. Yeah. I mean, they're airport, I guess, so that's just silly. Guess you gotta branch out, Kyle. You gotta do other things. Kind of a silly little speeder. Not worth your time. No, I get it. You have to, and you have to decide. You have to figure that out for yourself, obviously, and yeah. This is interesting how this goes on. And of course, now I have cat hair. Because Pixie stopped by. Okay, so this goes like this. Oh, I see. This is like Darth Maul's little thing, only it's on its front. So, and then we have to do the top part. Kind of silly. Oh well. Okay. Yeah, this is just like a droid, whatever it is, like, you know, the little stap thing or whatever, only it's different colored, and that's about it. Kind of silly. But it's what they, you know, rebuild the galaxy. Woohoo. Sorry, that was like DuckTales. Woohoo. Do, 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 do. I think it's funny too, because like the snow speeders in Empire Strikes Back, they work, but they're kind of cobbled together and stuff. They don't look pretty. This thing looks really pretty, so I guess that's kind of another opposite thing in Rebuild the Galaxy. The Rebels have money, I guess, versus the Empire not. I mean, is it still the? Again, I haven't seen Rebuild the Galaxy at all. Is it still the Empire, or are they called something else? Like the really friendly guys or something like that. Darth Vader doesn't hunt down Jedi, he gives them ice cream, right? Okay. Oh, nope, the other way. I was like, I don't think that's quite right there. That makes more sense. Little 1x1s are tough to get in there sometimes. Go in your home. There we go. Jeez. Can't hear again. Yeah. So. Oh. Oh. It is almost correct. Look at that. The time is almost correct. Not quite, though. Not quite. Just a little bit off. So before it was the other way. We had to move some stuff because we got a new roof and the clock got fixed mostly. It's not 100% there, but it'll get there because it slows down, so to speak. So. Go. Ah, that looked out. That one turned out beautiful. Should have done that with the others. Just put it right along the edge, the corner here, and just let it fall where it may. But then, oh well. It works. So working on, you can kind of see the tree, the base of the tree here. So I've been working on that. I want to try to get it done for Brick Erie just to like get the swinging trees coming down for Brick Erie, because I think it'll be cool as like, hey, you know, here's Hoth in all its glory, but this is what's coming next. So just to get kind of an idea. What is to come. We are almost done with this. We will continue on with the Concorde. Kitty tail. Kind of interesting how they've done the whole rebuild the galaxy too, because like I'm not sure if like they needed to do like, because they have all these different things for the show, but like the question is, did they plan these things and like how they're built and stuff before they put them in the show, or did they do the show or kind of like the same time and like be like, hey, you know, this will be cool to be in there, so they had the sets at the same time. It is a very, very, very furry snake, yes. Last sticker to go on. Yeah, that's good. I think we're done. Oh wait, I have a piece that should go on. Oh, it goes on the bottom. It fell off whenever I pushed down. I was like, where? I know it. Go in. You can do it. There we go. Oh, look at that. That actually does look pretty cool. It's a neat little speeder. It is a snow speeder officially. So we got a couple little shooter things, and then also, so the gunner turret thing is its own little speeder. So that's cool. Different. I would have rather just had it, you know, be the full, you know, thing. But you know, Rebuild the Galaxy. It does their own thing. So pizza again for dinner tonight. You know what? You can always go. I mean, like, you get different types of pizza and whatever. You can always go for. Always can go for more pizza. All right, that is trash. That is trash. Make and take. Crayon box for back to school. Alright, let's move the speeder out of the way. It looks pretty cool. And got the tree. My tree is going to have to move too. Otherwise, well, bad things could happen. Let's put it back here. There we go. Alright. Put that stuff all over here. We'll leave the speeder over there. That looks cool. All right. This is where we left off with this monstrosity. So let's get our instructions back out and continue on with what we were doing. I'll get my timer up. Oh, my mouse kind of went to sleep because I hadn't been using it. All right, we are at 59:33, so we will continue on. I believe we are on bag 6. Nope, we're not there yet. Nope, that moved a little bit. There we go. And yeah, we finished here. Recognize that. There we go. All right. All right, ready. I'm gonna continue. 3, 2, 1. All right, there we go. All right. So I put some of the bags in the box, so I can easily grab them as I go. I'm gonna put this back up so we have like a background, which you can't even see, but that's all right. Camera's all wonky. There we go. That's better. All right. So back to this. Like that. And we are now on. Whoops! I have that upside down. That would be bad. All the pieces start falling out, and it's like, ah. Bag 6. All right. Ah, we got some big pieces now. We're getting these wings finished, it looks like. So, cool, cool, cool. And we got some words to read. Let us read the words. The classic Concorde silhouette comes from a very real technical problem, the balance between minimizing drag and generating lift on a supersonic wing. The solution? Concorde's Ogival Delta Wing. Agival? A-G-I-V-A. I never heard of that before. I never heard that. Concorde's Agival Delta Wing, a modification of the Delta Wing designed to increase efficiency at lower speeds. So they said, we cannot do this on our own. There we go, we're done. It's funny too how you put this together, because some of the things that you put on just, you know, like there's not many pieces in this bag, you know, so bag 6 will go through very quickly. I'm gonna make sure. Oh, there's a siren on my music right now, but there's also a siren actually going on in the outside. Kind of interesting. Alright, so these little axles help secure everything nicely. Instead of just brick building everything, you do a little bit of securing prior to, look at that, it all comes nicely together. It's a very, very thin, droopy delta wing. Oh yeah. It reminds me in a lot of ways, I mean, like, the shape is not the same, but it reminds me a lot of how the SR-71 Blackbird was done, because the SR-71 Blackbird is very unique in that when it is on the ground, it leaks fuel, because the Blackbird is designed that as it flies and reaches, you know, supersonic speeds and everything, because it goes extremely fast. As it flies and goes faster and faster, the skin tightens up. So if they didn't make it so that it leaked, it would, you know, be too tight, and then it would, you know, break, essentially. So that's just really cool. Technology is awesome. Just insane. It's like... Okay, so how is your plane? Well, it leaks. Get out of there. Pixie's trying to go in. Get. Yeah, cool stuff. Some of the military hardware over the... I mean, all of it is kind of cool, but, like, some of it is just, like, insanely cool. And the way they do all the snot bricking and stuff, I envy their abilities. I've started emulating it a little bit with doing the Ewok stuff, and it's not easy, but it's funny too. I've been working on this the top of these trees over the last 2 days, and you know, trying to plan as I build so that I don't have to like rebuild and like, you know, all that fun stuff over and over again. And sometimes it's just worked out evenly to be like, hey, this, you know, I didn't even try to make it fit in its fitting, you know, and I'm like, I don't know, that's just practice with stuff. And so like, it's just like something internal is like, hey, you know, this is how you want to do it without, you know, thinking about it or what. But so far it's turned out to be working pretty good. We're almost done with this part of the wing. This is gonna start getting pretty tall. There we go. Look at that. All right. I see what those orange things are for. I didn't realize that. Oh, do I have to flip it? Yeah, I gotta flip it around. There we go. Alright. So, bag 7. These come off. Our supports are no more, and now we leave them off to the side for the moment, but we lay it down. That wing does look cool. Make sure everything is like solid. There will be lines because of the differences in pieces and stuff, but I want to minimize that as much as I can. So. Right, yeah, the paint, yeah, for the Concorde, the paint was the impressive thing. Ooh, I'm starting to build a shell to this, so that's cool. All right. Let's move this. I'm gonna do it that way. Couple shell pieces. SR-71 had to be probably my favorite plane that's ever existed. It's just so awesome. All right, so we're gonna do 2 of these. Next week, next Tuesday, we're gonna finish this thing, and we probably won't have a problem doing that because, like, I've only spent an hour each night, and we've gotten through 5 bags roughly. So, like, if I spend the whole time next week, next Tuesday, then we should get this finished. On top, yep. On top. So yeah, we should get this thing done next week. And it'll be ready for the airport show. Ooh, okay. So I gotta make sure. Okay. So. Oh, there is one that doesn't have, that one has no windows. Okay, I was looking. So they do have printed windows on these ones. That's cool. I like that. And in the middle, it looks like it doesn't have windows. Interesting. So let's do that. And the other window thing. We got more words. It says, despite the luxury experience, passengers, YouTube being silly. Uh-oh. Disconnected and reconnected. Hope everyone's okay. Hope we're still there. If not, things happen. It will be uploaded. It is a long, and this will be good too because I'm starting to see gearing and stuff, how they do it. No, I guess I gotta go the other way. I gotta go in through here. See how they do the gears so that I can kind of make my gearing not mirror, but you know, be similar. So hope everyone's alive. Woohoo! It's your fault, Pixie. Flipping pretty good. See, Comcast, you're not supposed to work on stuff. That's what they've been doing the last couple days. They've been saying that they're improving things, but I highly doubt they have. So I'm gonna have to slide that through. Alright, let's see words. This little orange element not only connects the drive shaft of the main landing gear, but can also be used to take apart your Lego model when you are ready to build something else. Oh, okay. I don't know how that's used to build something else, so... Uh-oh. Yeah, Comcast... And the funny thing was, they said that they've been working the last 3 days to improve service, and I probably should have rebooted my router before I started tonight, but you know, I did not. So it was fine earlier, but right now it does not appear to be. I don't know if we're gonna shift this whole thing forward. So all the lost frames though, like I can re-upload it. So if need be. So okay, that went on nicely. Let's see if I need to turn that. Try to get it straight. Oop. It's not going to be perfect, but close. It says it can be, but it's not. I did roll, yeah, whenever they're like, because all it was a text message. They just sent text messages. I was like, hey, we're going to be in your area. And then they're like, that night, you know, I was on my way home, they sent another text message and like, oh, we did not finish. And it's like, oh, okay. And like, it like, your service should work, but we did not finish. And then, yeah, so. Those jerks. He's like, well, if you didn't finish, you shouldn't have started. You should have known what you were going to be getting into and had everything ready. And as we say laughingly at work, done the needful. So. It is. It absolutely is. Interesting way to have a hinge. Yes. Alright, so let's put this on. Squeeze it all down, get it lined up. Okay. And that goes there. All right. they showing me here? Oh, they want you to push that in all the way. Okay. There we go. All right, bag number 8. Slide him out of the way because we're not doing anything with it right at the moment. A lot of little pieces. So this is more internal structure, it looks like, for this thing. Not a lot, but some. So 922. So we're doing about 10 minutes a bag, roughly. This one will probably take a little bit longer because it's a bunch of small pieces. Ooh. All right, more words. Let's see. The length and slenderness of the Concorde posed a real challenge for Lego bricks. And to hold everything together, we used this fun little lock to hold the fuselage to the huge delta wing. This fun little lock. So this is a lock, apparently. Somehow. I like how they call it a fun little lock. It's like, it's just a lock, you know. So. But that's me. I don't know if it's fun. It's what's the word? It is functional. Come on. There we go. They're gonna be just right, or they don't fit. All right, so we're putting this back up on its side because we have to build more, and we get to put these things back on so that it stays. Like, okay, you had fun on that side. Now you get to build more. All right, so even though we are building more, they're like, but you get to build a section. So let's move him out of the way. And we'll build our section and then put it together. What's fun going on in you guys' world, huh? What are you guys looking forward to, excited for? We talked about the Black Pearl a little bit, and the fact that it is overly expensive, like a lot of Lego these days. I got so many parts. Oh, I'll have to show you guys next week. I got the coolest thing at our auction site that we have here in the Pittsburgh area, and it's a really cool way to not organize your Legos, but to have it so that like you can have all your Legos out. And so it's this big canvas type cylinder thing that spreads out like pretty far. You can have all the Lego laying in that. I mean, it's like a kid's thing, but this one, it feels more adultish somehow because it's like good quality. and you have all your Lego in there and stuff, and you can, you know, sort, you know, go through it and see what you need, blah blah blah. And then when you're done, you pull both ends of the drawstrings up, and it just tucks right back into the cylinder. And I fit. There's over 10 cups of Lego, like what a Lego cup is. There's over 10 cups of Lego in there right now. But it could take more, which is pretty cool. So it makes it easy to like it covered up this whole half of the table, and then when I got home from work today, I just put it in, easy cleanup. So pretty cool. Yep. So it was a really neat find. Wasn't sure how well it would work because you just don't know until you try. But glad that it did. And I'm going to continue using it, and I think it's going to be extremely useful to use for the future. Just like, you know, put all your project stuff, you know, into it, and then you can take it wherever you need it, or remove it wherever you need it to, and then open it up and work on it, and then close it back up. Starship 5x10 trailer not as helpful for pro. No, that's very true. Did Starship take off yet, or is it still waiting on the pad? Oh, so you use these just to help support it as you're building it, and then you take these off. That's kind of interesting. Oh no, really? Oh man, that's another one. Isn't that the second one that's blown up, or had issues or whatever? One blew up on the pad, right? Oops, other way. Like not too long ago, a couple weeks ago. It's like they're having sudden failures or whatever. All right, flip this back up. Now these go. Yeah, let's go on here for some odd reason. Okay, so we're going to put this whole thing on here. Bye-bye. Hey Greg, how you doing tonight? Good to see you. I'm working on bag 8 of this monstrosity. Oh, this one went all to plan? Alright, so I obviously don't know what they've been working on lately for Starship, so what is it they're doing to plan to blow things up? I guess I'm confused. like blowing things up. Bombs are great. Alright, we take these off again. We're going to lay it down. Now that things are secured somewhat. Oh, I see. It landed. Okay, okay, gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. All right. Was not aware that's what they were doing. Okay, makes sense. Okay. This thing's looking more like a plane. Oof, that did not go on there. There we go. I do like how they did the striping though, with like the little part here that's like a printed tile piece. That's pretty cool. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 little barrels. Kind of an interesting way to end that part. Bag number 9. All right, so this is going to be a long piece. This is like the long piece here. So we're going to put this back up, set it aside over here. Bag 9. Looks like this is going to be more like 9 and 10. Oh no, that's all orange. Okay, from here it looked like it was red, but no. All right. We'll find out, I guess, huh? I mean, Cal, you've already done this, well, twice essentially, right? Because you kind of had to figure out what pieces you were missing to order whenever you were building it, and then you kind of had to build it. Right? I know I did not get to, I forget what I was doing. I think I was traveling or something whenever you were doing some of your build of it. But I saw some of it and it was like, I know you were frustrated because like not all the pieces were there, obviously. Oops. Nope. Put this on first. Yeah, I wasn't sure to what extent like you built it and then you were like, well, I need to get all these extra pieces and then, you know, essentially redid it once you had the pieces you needed. I feel like I'm doing the same instruction. They could have said, do this 3 times. But it's essentially what I've done. It's the same thing 3 times. I do like when they use these tile wall pieces. Those are cool. And the guinea pigs are squeaking. Took it apart, put it back together, and when I at the point that I was missing piece, I stopped, had to figure out. Oh yeah, right. Okay, that's kind of what I figured you did. I wasn't 100% sure. So it was multiple rebuilds essentially of the same thing. You had to have gotten really good at that then. Well, you could build it with your eyes closed, right? all the orange stuff is going to go, I think. Put that down for the moment. Build another little, I don't know why I call them apparatuses, but that's what it is. Ah, okay, yeah. Well, you had, like, you didn't have, like, them in the bags either, right? You had it all laid out, too. So, like, that wasn't easy. So, like, you had to go through and, like, not that you were taking from other bags necessarily, but that's kind of what it was doing. Is like you were taking from things until you were like, oh, I can't pull from anything else. Oh, I see. I gotcha. Well, I knew it was a Mac bid. I couldn't remember to like what point it was. But yeah, if it's a, unfortunately, if it's a Amazon return, you almost don't know what you're gonna get. Like worse than Mac bid, because like that's that's where it comes from. It's from Amazon, so they I haven't seen yet, at least personally, where they've taken all the pieces out and put in uncooked spaghetti. All the parts had no clutch power. Oh, jeez. See, that. Then I wonder. I mean, like, they all said Lego on them, right? I mean, like, if it had no clutch power, that feels like they did something horribly wrong to them. Oh, they could have, yeah, if they were left in a hot car. That's true. No clutch power is said. Yeah, if they got warped in any way. Alright, so this goes here. I missed a blue piece. Hold on. Yeah, they should all have blue pieces. So that needs a blue piece. Like, there's a gap there. That should not happen. Alright. It looks like we're building a rocket because of just the shape of it and all the pieces we're using here. Aha! It is? Ah, that stinks. We'll just have to glue it. I mean, like, it's yours. I mean, might as well. Or, like, replace some of them if you can. Some of the pieces that you really need the clutchiness. Okay, back over here. This is all to keep it together so that you can put it together. All right, Technic. So do this and this, and one of these barrel thingies. Oh, that's cool. This is how it slips. They have this so that it slips, so whenever you're turning it, you can continue turning it without any adverse effects, I think. Like everything else is axle shaft driven. Words. This clutch was an elegant solution to ensuring that the forward and rear landing gear remain synchronized when your model comes in for a landing. So yeah, I was right. So this is the only part. So this part slips as you turn it. So like if the front gear isn't down yet, you can keep turning it, and the rear stuff, you know, the rear landing gear won't care. So, and vice versa. So that's pretty cool. I knew they did, because they did that for a couple other things, to make it so things can slip without, you know, causing trouble. So that is an issue for motion, is like having things be out of sync or whatever, and still needing to account for it. Good technique. Oh, what happened there? Oh, I did it the same way as the other one, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, that doesn't work. Here we go, doing another fun locking mechanism again, it looks like. Well, they claim it's fun. This will be interesting, getting this in here, because it's kind of in the slot a bit. It wasn't too bad. You still have to kind of like put it in there first, and then ooh, that fell off. But it's going to fall off because it has no way to stay on. Okay, so we are building, and we will finish this part with bag number 10, and then we will be done for the night. Bag number 10. And we should be able to finish this next week without any problem. Relatively speaking. Ooh, some translucent yellow pieces there. Interesting. Interesting. Yes, yes, yes. Arms are straight. It's always interesting when they do something like this, because you know it's going to clip onto something, but it's like probably something that's not common in order to keep all of this stuff together and such. And this, you know, it's a flat thing, so it's gonna slide. Yeah, see, we're going opposite here into the snap, green, wink, wink, say normal. Oh, and then we got more armature. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. more grippies to grab onto things. It's interesting that they're doing this like this, but I mean, like, I'm sure this is like for the interior or something like that, and it needs, they need the smooth parts and like all this, like, you know, just the way they developed it was like, hey, this makes sense. Okay. Yeah. It is flexible still because it's not connected to anything. Kind of goofy looking. Is this still upside down? Yes, it is. You're still upside down. That is interesting. All right. Part of the roof. Well, for the front part, this is part of the roof. Because it's going to need to have the ability for the entire cockpit to be able to lean down. So. Hope everyone's having a good night. This is bag 10 of the mighty Concorde. Doing pretty well. I think there are 21 bags here, so let's flip this back over. 21 bags in this, so we'll be finishing this up next week. Getting kind of the front area done right now. See, it's goofy that, like, you know, hey, we did the smooth, you know, these smooth pieces, unless that's to enable this to come off or whatever. Hey, Lemur Bricks, how you doing? Bought some of the Spider-Verse early at Walmart. Gwen, oh, nice, very nice. That's fantastic. Yeah, Walmarts have even started doing ahead of the game things, like as far as like putting stuff out, you know, before it's supposed to be out. Like Kohl's had been known for doing that for the longest time. But I know the one in my area never did. Like, I never saw stuff early there. But now, like, Target has started doing it. Walmart has. And it's funny, too, because, like, people were like, hey, that's not fair. And it's like, go to Walmart. Go look, you know. I want to go to the... See, and there's a difference, too, because, like, you go to the Lego store, obviously, you get, you know, points. For your purchase, you know, the VIP points, or the insider points, sorry. It used to be VIP. We were just talking about that at the Lego store, and how it's no longer VIP. I have my VIP card somewhere, my original VIP card. Anyway, but now, like, people would rather get the set early and not worry about getting the points for it. And it's kind of interesting. It's creating an interesting dynamic. Oh, you got the Wall-E early, the Wall-E set early too. Cool. Did you start putting that one together? My wife showed me a picture of the set beside the original, and the original Wall-E is way bigger. But of course, it's only Wall-E. It's not Eve and Mo and the plant. Well, it might have the. I think it might have the plant. I'm not 100% sure. But that's cool. Those should all be straight. That's pretty straight. 3386. All right. Oops. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, especially if you don't live, and not everyone lives near a Lego store, obviously. So, but yeah, if you don't have a Lego store nearby, then that's what you do, and that works better for you anyway, obviously. So, but yeah, it's happening more though that people are opting to just get the sets early and not care about points as much. They'd rather have the set early, which totally understandable if you can find it. So let's see how this goes. This is a weird little thing that we're putting together. Funny looking thing. Okay, so we put the little dude in the big dude, and then we put that together. So we got there we go. All right, interesting. Over here. Oh, interesting. Okay. This is definitely unique. Whatever it is we're building. I know that, well, this is probably landing gear. This is more than likely landing gear. From the front. Completely different from the back. Which is cool. Alright, so oh, I see. Interesting. Yeah, so that tilts by itself. Alright, now let's shaft it up. And a spindle gear. Those are fun. Hard to see where that goes, but it goes in there. Ah, it's going to move the whole spindle gear there just a little bit. At least that's the idea. So this goes into here. Maybe? Oh, it's supposed to go. Ooh, wow, that's tough. Okay, like that. Oh, okay, there we go. All right. So that's our gear moving, and that's raising and lowering that. All right, cool, cool. So we have this sitting here. More words. Let's read the words. The forward wheel well accommodates the nose landing gear. Concorde's landing gear was longer than most to ensure that the engines sat far back, or to ensure that the engines set far back on the delta wing would clear the ground during takeoff and landing. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so we are going to, so this is loose right now. So It is only about 4. Yes, yes, it is. It is catching up. The wife sort of fixed it. When we had it down to get whenever our roof was getting redone, so it is almost to where it needs to be, but because it's slow, it'll slowly catch up, you know. So, all right, so let's put this together. There we go. Turn it around, do the same thing. And I think we're going to be pretty much done tonight. Well, we got some lights to put on, and that'll be it. Very cool how they did design the Technic stuff for this. So. Oh, we got another shaft to put in. So here. Ah, see, here's our lights. So this is this light right there. Oh, that's cool. You barely see it though, but it is there. There's a light there. Flip it around, same thing. On the other side. And this whole thing goes together. It's gonna be interesting to put in. There we go. All right. Oh, there we go. All right. We got this goes in the back. Okay. Now this is where it's interesting. So we gotta look at this. Flip it over. We gotta turn this so that it is. Whoops. So it is that way. So that is down. All right. That's it. Let's pause it. Oh, my mouse decided to die. Pause it. There we go. Where are we at? 155.22. Look at that. So that's pretty cool. Have I ever had a beige net? Yeah, it does sound French. So nearest Lego store is in. Oh, geez, you got a ways to go if you're trying to get to New Orleans. So beignet. Oh. My wife informed me it's a beignet. I have no idea what that is. A little sugary donut. I've probably had something similar. So yes, it is French, and of course I stink at pronouncing things. So I apologize for that. But yeah. I'm sure I've had like how big we talk like a little donut? Like how big? I've had little sugar donut type things. Those are good. They're really good. Here, I want to show you guys. So a couple of things. So this is how far we are with our Delta Wing, with our Concorde. I'll show you a couple things that we were playing with. So this was a make and take on Sunday at the Lego store. Was not expecting it to be there, but I have the instructions if anyone's interested in making these. But it's like a little crayon thing, which is really cool. Little crayon box. This is my first real not big build, but technical build that I did. This is my spider. His name is Arachnid Flanders, and he was used at the Lego store 3 years ago for Halloween, and using Mindstorms as part of it, where it would have a little sensor on the at the front where the glass is, and you'd wave your hand in front of the sensor and he would jump out at you and then slowly get pulled back and reset. The Crayola box, the wifey did. Yeah, I haven't seen it. Little fun BB-8 in a poly bag that I got. My wife gave me. We did the speeder earlier, which actually turned out pretty cool. It is a snow speeder, so it'll go into the Hoth battle. And then this is my big thing that I've been working on just the last couple of days. Hoth has been my project for the last 3 years now. And so I've been planning over the last year to do something new, something, the next thing. And that next thing is going to be Endor. And so for Endor, I'm going to move this stuff out of the way a little bit. Endor has a lot of trees, and they are redwood trees. Oh, yeah. That was Greg's crayon box, but they took it out because unfortunately it might be copyright, even though it doesn't say Crayola on it. But I don't know. But anyway, I got these big trees that I have to do. So this is the start of them, and I'm working right now on doing the mechanism to make the logs come in to either side. Here, let me get the other one. The logs come into either side, like in the movie, and hit the ATST. Let me see if I can do this without making it all fall over. I almost did. So as you can see, they have, the trees need to be separatable so that they're easier to take around and, transport. So the idea is to have this tree here, this one will be here. And again, it's not done yet, obviously. But we're gonna have these levers here that will be powered by the Mindstorms as part of it. It is a cool thing. And so the motor will be here because I want to have it in the middle so that both of these go at the same time. And then it should be about there. And so the logs will be raised up. And then this one doesn't have anything pushing against it right now. But that's the idea, is they will go whoop. And then we've got these, the log stuff will be in front, so you won't really see the gears and everything like that. It's turning out pretty good. I started on this side, putting it together, figuring things out, realized that this was going to be too close for the log to be against the tree. So this is now going to be my part that it's further out, and so it'll have room, and then this one will get changed to be like this one. So doing a lot of playing around. I'm hoping to get this part done for Brick Erie, just as a little example of hey, this is what's next, so. But yeah, this is it. This is the next project. Lots of these, lots of trees. I got parts. I have like I was saying, I have the container that has the parts in it that I need, that I got from our lugs pick-a-brick, and so that stuff is all in a canister that I can lay out and work on and stuff. Got some stuff from Lug Bulk too, I got. So one of the big pieces I need is all these brown panels. So, that's for all the outsides of the trees and everything. But even with the panels, as good as they are, there's detail that needs to be put on them and stuff like that. So it's yeah, at least this stuff's repeatable and it's pretty easy to repeat. Yeah, I wanted to get the hard things done, like doing the tree, the logs smashing in and that sort of thing. So that's next. So Hoth is pretty much done. There's a couple little odds and end things we're gonna do. One of our other members has an AT-AT, so that's a third one to add, and so that means there's going to be some adjusting to the snow field. But as of right now, we're not, it's not built or anything, so we're not, it's not going to be part of it yet. Coming up in November when we do our the Ultimate Brick Show, I'm going to be going for setting a world record for doing the AT-AT, the UCS AT-AT the fastest, and no one's done it, so obviously I have a chance to set it, but I want to set a good time, so it's yeah, so looking forward to that. And then Hoth kind of gets retired because I'll be working exclusively on this, and most of what Hoth needs and stuff like that is pretty much done. So the interesting thing is, I was talking with Tim, who is the guy that's helped me with Hoth, and Chuck, who is also interested in doing Endor. We started talking a little bit during Brick Fair, and Chuck was already talking about like the landing platform on Endor, which is huge and goes above the trees and stuff. Going for being the tallest build. Oh, that's going to be interesting. I can't wait to see that. Obviously, it's a rocket. But the landing platform, which goes over the trees, which would have to be really high. I mean, like you see how high the trees are, and they'll still be a little bit taller. But the landing platform will be even taller, and there's an AT-AT can go through it, right up to it and stuff, and it does in the movie. So that's been talked about. So my plan was to make Endor just be like look at the snowfield of Hoth and have it about that big, not like the hangar area. But then they start talking about, hey, let's do a tower company. Same thing. Come on. But if we're talking to do the landing platform thing too, that's going to make it even bigger. So it's going to end up being about the size of Hoth, apparently. And then Tim mentioned, like, hey, so we have Hoth here. We have Endor. Well, actually, he said Endor towards the front of Hoth. And I was like, no, let's put it to the back. And then he's like, well, then we need to do Tatooine. So we have all three movies. And I'm like, this isn't even my idea. But we started talking about that, too. So, yeah, there's things on the horizon for other stuff, which will be, we're going to have to get pieces for and stuff. So look forward to other things coming down the pipe. And, like, if you can imagine it, having all three at a show where you have, like, Tatooine and some of the sand goes into, like, where the snow is of Hoth, and then you have Hoth and all the stuff going on there, and then it extends out to, into the the snow melts into the forest, and like you have like that. It's gonna be something interesting if we continue with this, but it sounds like people want to, so yeah. So lots of interesting things coming down the pipe. So next week we finish the Concorde. It'll be we'll be building that the entire time. But until then, as always, may the brick be with you. Keep on building, and we will see you next Tuesday. Take it easy.